जिंदगी दे गई आंसुओं की निशानी, थरथराते लबों की जुबानी, अनकही अनसुनी सी है हमारी अधूरी कहानी.
First tell me who wrote that.
बात है.
Guy sitting right there.
Superb. Fantastic.
Superb.
Very
He's the guy
good.
who wrote it. Yeah. So.
Brilliant.
Anyone tissues? Anyone want to cry? Something like that.
Yeah. Just
Okay. Okay. Look, me. I have a. Adhuri Kahani
fine,
here.
fine with it, it's fine. That's all. It's enough.
Vidya, there's something.
We're going to borderline hamming
Okay,
now.
I
You were
have
crying? I thought you were laughing.
I have a Adhuri Kahani with Vidya.
I thought you were like
मैं
being
फूट
rude.
फूट के रो रही
I
थी.
have a Adhuri Kahani with Vidya still pending. Do you remember the Motichur laddus?
I have no idea about the past you'll share about this
So tell me
conversation.
what
No,
is
I
story?
love that,
Okay,
but I'm going to
so
refrain.
your wedding laddus that I got received
Huh.
from Siddharth Roy Kapoor and Vidya Balan
Yeah.
after your wedding.
Yes, I remember it was one very big laddu, no? Yeah, even I got that.
Oh, me, I didn't get neither.
I got such one,
Yeah.
such a big
Yeah.
laddu.
I didn't get neither.
Did.
And after that, I've been
I
texting
didn't.
both of them that when am I going to have that? Well, I think I got it.
Lovely.
We complete
It's like
the full set.
one-
You didn't receive any?
I think I didn't get neither. I'm
Because
now I'm
he-
going to
You
start
want,
crying.
you want some?
No,
Because
I love those, but I'm not
because
gonna
he was
refrain
warning
from-
me against marriage, so I didn't think I should send him laddus.
I gave you a wedding date also.
So Siddharth basically said, cut this guy out.
I gave you a wedding date also.
Laddu, huh?
A wedding date. I told you to get married on 14th. It's always lucky.
Yeah, because you have. Oh.
Oh, you both share the 14
Yeah.
days.
Yes.
That's right. I want to know this. That is Mahesh Bhatt a better writer, a better director, a better producer? Starting with you.
Oh, I think tough. I think he's just better in everything. Whatever he does, he's the best. I just love spending time with him.
Okay, what about you, Imran?
I don't know about production in the sense because producer has to do more with money. So as a creative producer, he's brilliant. I don't know about money per se. He's as challenged in that department as I think both of us, any creative
Yeah.
person is as far as money goes.
So producer is out.
Is out.
Out
Producer's
for sure.
out.
Producer.
But as far as director goes, as far as writing goes, I don't think anyone comes close. When Bhatt Sahab comes into its elements, I have not had the good fortune of being directed, but actually I have in a certain sense. There was a film very long back. There was a bit of a problem with that film, and Bhatt Sahab had come on the set for 20 days, and even more had come.
Yeah.
He had not directed his first film then, and I had the privilege of being the actor, and Bhatt Sahab used to yell at me. But the way he used to direct, we were actually patching that film up together and doing work which normally would take 2 months in 20 days. So that was like a great experience. But I think both writing and direction is brilliant.
I think more than anything else, I think the storyteller that he is. So I would slightly clear more towards, because there's sometimes the scenes you've seen that he's, you can make out Bhatt Sahab has pushed the scene and has wanted to, and that was later on in his career, not in the beginning. But the basic writing of it that he has done himself was so good. And considering many of these scenes were probably written on the set, that was how explosive Bhatt Sahab was. That he used to say that you don't need he just needed a camera and 2 actors, even in a closed room, and the writing was so explosive that he could write, he could change things. It was traditional, but irreverential. I mean, it just broke all patterns, and it was. So I think it's a really close tie, but I would think the writer in him is path breaking. I mean, I don't think you have storytellers like this, and will they come again? I don't know.
I think Bhatt Sahab is a storyteller.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
absolutely right. So even when he's normally talking to you,
Yeah.
you're riveted, Yeah, because he's narrating constantly. So I think both as a writer and director, I think he's just fabulous. I've always wanted to work with him.
Do we see him direct in the future? Have you guys come together and discussed this?
No. If you ask him this, he'll always say that I'm done with direction. The last was Zakham, and I hate film sets. It's an ordeal being on a film set, and that's how it is. He's kind of hung it in there, and now he's done with it. He likes the process of filmmaking, being there, supervising things, being the creative person at the head.
So let's be a bit impromptu. Why don't you both propose to each other, or someone does this live right now?
How did you get from Bhatt Sahab to suddenly proposing
I
to
don't
each
know.
other?
I don't know. It's
That was a
just
real
popped
job.
up, yeah. Come on.
I love you,
let's be a
Vidya.
bit-
That's all I need actually.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Come on, say. Say it back.
did
Say
he-
you love me. God, for God's sake, are you completely zoned out? Sid is not watching. I love you. Vidya.
I love you too.
So, see. If it was that simple,
फिर हमारी कहानी अधूरी न रहती.
But have you at all tried to incorporate, because Bhatt your mentor and in a way you've been following his cinema. But do you try to incorporate a few of his elements too?
To be honest, I surprisingly never. We both came in when he had retired from directing. So I hear stories about how he used to be.
No, but you've seen his films, right? I mean,
I've seen his films, but I actually wouldn't call myself like a student of any kind of cinema because I didn't plan this life of becoming a director. I stumbled onto a set as a summer job to earn more money, and it just took its own form. I didn't even think I would be making films like this. I don't even know. I've not watched so many films in the past or even international films and all. I started doing it much later in my life. You might not think it's so late because I was at the set at the age of 17, so I've technically spent half my life on a set. Say 17, 18 years. But I think what I think is what is great about someone like Mr. Bhatt is I think somewhere when he stopped directing, he started playing the role of a mentor, where he actually did mentor a couple of people to find their own voice. And I think that's the best part about him. I think how does Bhatt help in your filmmaking career? I don't think he talks about the film at all. I think what he does way better is that he makes you stop lying to anything, especially to yourself. So if this is what I'm good at and this is what I like, this is what you should be, and finally it'll find its calling. So he's probably done that with the Kunal Deshmukh,
Right.
with the Vikram Bhatt, and with the Anurag Basu, and with me. But I don't think there's a similarity between our cinema as such. We all found our own voice in a different way. So I guess that's what I think he does contribute.
so tell me something. Over the years of Indian cinema that I've been watching movies and you guys have, how much has love evolved cinematically for you guys? Like, if you would name 3 movies that would have just surpassed it.
I think in some ways it's devolved. For me, love has to have that. I don't know what is the word.
Look, if
Maybe
someone
just
asks me a question, which is my favorite love story, and I've always answered that it was Lamhe, because I thought that was an incomplete love story as well, and I thought.
no. But I think we've not been making love stories of that sort for a while. Yeah, absolutely. And which is why when I watched Ashiki 2, I went mad.
Bonkers,
Yeah, absolutely bonkers, because finally there was a love story that moved you, that touched you. Feeling is the word that I was looking for. You want to feel love when you go into a theatre to watch a story between 2 people.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you've done so many romantic movies. I mean, has it devolved or has it evolved, the romance over the years?
I've always gone with the saying, cinematically at least, that only unfulfilled love can truly be romantic.
Okay.
So when you see that on screen, it's the bittersweet feeling that it at least gives me as a person, as a cinema watcher, that gives me is the heightened sense of romance and a love story. I don't know, I probably have references like even the movie that you said. I think it's evolved in the sense, right now what we're trying to do with this film at least is that what has been lost for a couple of years to a decade of finding that old world charm in the romance, the maturity, the tehrav, not the fluffy romance with put in songs and then you have dancers and then it just something is lost in
I think the
translation.
purity of it, right?
Yeah, also, it ceases to be between 2 people. Now, I think like in Hamari Adhuri Kahani, it's again just about these 2 people, and then it's about 3 people. It's 3 lives and the way their lives intertwine, and that's what it's about.
How was your life?
Entangled in this.
Entangled in this story.
My life-
And has it evolved or devolved? Come on, the romance over the years.
I don't know. I have not.
Done it.
No. I've not done as such so-called romantic films, but I've been a big fan of like DDLJ. Those were the films I was watching when
But
I was
that's
growing
20
up.
years to that also.
Yeah, that's true. But it seems like now only because it was still just playing. I don't know. I really can't comment if it has evolved or devolved really. But my angle was I can answer the another question. How I come into the picture is like I'm playing, of course, I'm playing husband to Vidya's character, and for me, Hari is also a lover. He is his.
He totally is.
Yeah, I think his way of loving a woman is very different from Arav's character, but he is also madly in love. He's very possessive about his wife. He's obsessed about her. He feels that now we're married. Now you are my property, which is the case with so many Indian men. That's if you go to villages or a small town, that's how they behave. That's how they want women to be submissive. They don't want women to have their own voice.
Have you heard these stories? I mean, like a woman who's married and then of course this guy who really loves her. We've seen our friends or probably, colleagues talk about it that, I'm married and I'm not really happy in one. And there's this guy who really loves me or probably I have feelings for him. Anything of that you've seen in your real life?
Well, I think everything in this film
That is also an inspiration.
is all, everything in this film would somehow have would resonate some part of somebody's life. That's what I felt essentially after I saw the film. I mean, this was not a film just about these characters or the film I have directed or what Bhatt Sahab has written. It connects on a personal level on different aspects. I mean, and that's what is great writing. But I think it's unfair to say that it just happens in although Hari's character is a person who belongs to this particular income strata or a particular background. I think that's not entirely true. I would believe that even people living in the upper class or which can behave as if a girl's identity is extended to my surname. She will move into my house after marriage. She is my wife, and these are the rules and regulations that she will do as. And the tendency of believing and looking at a woman first as a daughter or then as a wife or someone's sister, but always connected to a male, is a thought process which is not correct, which is there not only in India but could be abroad also. So I think no one's looking at her for what she is, and I think only love makes her stop and look at herself. Is what Hamari Adhuri Kahani actually does. It actually puts the mirror out where she can see herself and realize she's beautiful. She has her own image, she has her own face, and that's what essentially it is.
God, this was like as a Mahesh Bhatt was talking. It was long, but it was amazing. And going back to again, you've done so many love stories. You've done so many love stories, and the last time I met Mohit, he said, you can be a great director. I see Emraan directing a film in the near future. So no, not really.
It's.
Why not?
If only he has the patience and
If only, no, I have tremendous patience. No, I have tremendous patience. I don't have the patience to see indiscipline, and I don't have, and I don't think I can handle it. I see a lot of indiscipline around, and I won't be able to handle that.
The most disciplined actor, one of the most disciplined actor of the Indian film fraternity, is sitting here.
So if I have to lead a team, then it's hell for everyone. If I get down to directing it, and I think I'll be constantly yelling, because you can't look through those things. And direction is not only about putting a camera up there and taking a shot. It's about leading a team and to get that discipline and responsibility going. So when we actually assisted together, there was a conversation that was on the train, and I still go back to the conversation. It was the setting sun, and we had packed up early.
And we were going back home with the
And he's like, Mo's like, I want to be a director. I was like, shit, no, probably I can't do this. It's like a lot of variables there. I think acting is simpler. I'll have to deal with a lot if I have to direct a film. I think I can emote. I want to be an actor, and that was the decision we took. And then he took to direction, and I took to acting. Because I was an assistant, I still had a choice of getting down and directing. I think Bhatt Sahab also saw that. That's why he came on set and said that tum actor ban jao. He actually said that I don't think he has a temperament. Because I, as an assistant, I remember one of the actors was supposed to be called from a makeup van. People used to go call him.
Yeah.
And I never went and called him in the makeup van. I don't know, for some reason there was this. I never went and called him in the makeup
because
van.
Because he felt like he was a bigger star.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Yes.
When we talk about Mohit Suri movies and his songs, or probably the Bhatt Sahab, I mean, he's synonymous with songs over the years. We never talk about the lyricists. I'm just, seeing the lyrics by Syed Qadri, Rashmi Singh, Kunal Verma. I mean, these are the guys who are never spoken about. I want to talk about them because I think who told me? Someone told me that Bhatt Camp concentrates more on the lyrics.
Yeah, hell yeah. But I think, I mean, at least for me, I know that we use, always used music as a song as a storytelling device, not for something to, so whether it is my first film when I was 22 years of age, where there was a Vola Meo Baate, there was no better song to talk about the relationship status between the two characters. I mean, it was almost as if it was, I mean, we had adjusted the lyrics to suit the song and all. Similarly, when you come down to Hamari Adhuri Kahani, the title track, even the way it's graphed, I mean, I think Jeet has done a spectacular job. If you really see the song graph, the way it starts soft, then it has the drama in the middle, and then it has the calm after the drama. That's the narrative sound of Hamari Adhuri Kahani, if you really look at it. So it's amazing how in a 7-minute song, and actually that one antara is on each of them. You know, it's actually one antara is on her, one is on him, and the last is on him. So it's one song that actually is the melody of the whole film. I've never seen a song so efficient that it can capture the whole film in 7 minutes.
So you call this your best ensemble you worked with?
You know, the most addictive cast I've worked with, because, you know, I've already worked with a cast which normally was looking at me for the answers, and, you know, when I was doing it, and this is a cast which I was enjoying myself when I was telling them something. They interpreted the script, the scene in their own way, rather than, you know, and at the same time didn't deal with it with, you know, as trying to give me just efficiency, because they were so experienced. You know, as he says, in 2 years, every actor can master the craft of giving an efficient shot, and the director very rarely has to find out which is a felt and which is an unfelt take. But they didn't give up at that. I mean, till I was not satisfied to give me that, and themselves also. So I think this is addictive for me. What more can I ask for?
Okay, two last.
I just
yeah,
want to
please,
ask
please.
you something. You said this is an addictive cast. So are you going to keep repeating us in film after film?
Kahani part 2.
नहीं नहीं हमारी अधूरी कहानी हाँ this is an अधूरी कहानी still, so that's what you're saying.
I agree with that.
You know, in the age of sequels, everyone's keeping on making it. But how difficult it is to make a prequel? I mean, which is your favorite prequel that you've seen?
I've actually never really seen a prequel. Yeah, the X-Men series, I think.
I haven't watched that.
But isn't it an interesting idea that what if a love story you make? I'm just giving a
Yeah,
random
yeah,
thought,
yeah.
and suddenly it has a prequel to it, like a backstory or probably something that can develop into a movie.
I think generally when the ideation of the original is being done, there has to be a prequel
Yeah.
kept in mind. Generally, I don't think we really have approached films that way. You can move forward with something. Moving backwards, I think, is very, very difficult unless you in your mind, when you're conceptualizing something, have already thought of the backstory from where they've been and where they're at right now. So I don't know if we're really ready, but yeah, if someone really comes up with that, then that could be the newest thing for
Maybe
the
it might be
franchise or a sequel.
interesting, yeah, to make a film about how Arav and Vasudha were together in another lifetime also.
Okay, name one movie that you've sobbed while watching.
Ashiki 2.
Okay.
I sobbed a lot watching a film called Daddy, that Bhatt Sahib had directed. I sobbed a lot.
Imran's thinking.
There are a lot of films.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a couple of them. Bhatt Saab's films, Saransh, Zakham.
I was too young for Saransh, and then I saw it later. Maybe I already knew about it, but I think.
A
Yeah.
film that got
Daddy,
me.
but I think, you know, also growing up with a solo father and, you know, all that, it just got to me too much, I thought.
I think a film that got me choked was again the Cinema Paradiso.
Yeah.
And you, Mr. Rajkumar.
Life is beautiful.
There's also this other film. Have you seen The Way Home?
No.
No.
It's a Chinese film.
I've seen it.
Yeah, what?
God, I
Which
was
one
sobbing.
was
About
It's
the
the
old
It's
couple?
the grandfather. No, the
The
grandfather and no, the
Your
grandmother
Mother
and
That
the
is
kid.
such a beautiful film.
The grandmother and the kid.
It's such a beautiful film. You have to
Yeah.
see that.
Okay. I've
No,
seen
then I
Korean or
haven't seen
Chinese?
Way
it.
home,
Korean.
is it? I am. Okay. Listen,
What's the name of the
I think,
film?
The Way Home.
We are done.
The
The
Way
PRs are giving a timeout, but one last question. I've
Yeah.
got a fan from Delhi who's flown down only for this interview.
So
I
sweet.
would like him to come here and ask you one question.
Yes.
Just wanted to tell you guys that
Shrey, his name is
Hi,
Shrey.
Shrey.
I know you.
Good.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
just wanted to tell you guys that we are looking very much forward to the movie because the way, the love I think you are showing in this to portray, it seems very pure, and the love should be, I believe, the purity shows the love.
Thank you,
So
sir.
Thank
I
you,
can
Shrey.
understand, and your movies do it the best, I believe, nowadays, seeing the other director. And I think you are replaying a very good businessman. The way you are looking, and it's very.
अभी सवाल तो पूछ
बस यही कॉम्प्लीमेंट ही सवाल था।
अरे वाह
हाँ, और क्या?
All
और
they
क्या?
obviously didn't know what the question is going to ask.
This is better than a question. It's fine. This answer is better than a question.
Thank you,
The
Shrey.
PR people are also really happy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah.
time for the
It's the right
answers.
thing I'm trying to
Correct,
tell
I
you.
agree
Thank
with you.
Thanks a lot
Thank
for
Thank you.
making us entertain like that.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Thank you, Shrey.